St. Nelson lost his for 4 years when Father manuscript of the Law to Freedom. So they were studying through correspondence, mostly through UNISA, University of South Africa. So when you would do these courses, it will be a recognized degree that you will have at the end of the day. But just in terms of conditions also, in terms of being able to study. So at night the waters will come, switch lights off, they'll take a blanket, cover themselves, put the camera between the legs and will stay like that. So a lot of determination from these men. But the one thing is you must also remember is that many of these men always believed one day freedom would come. But they said also, look, one day when freedom comes, what do we do with freedom? What did we want is happening in South Africa? But somebody Gavarada said to me, in that group of the former white political prisoners, they were kept in Pretoria Central Prison. Females, mostly in the Kroonstad, Barton Prison or up north, which means on the island only black males. And like I said, black, including so-called colored Indians and Panthers. So on the day of the union, by demonstrating as to how they're breaking rocks here, now Mr. Nelson was also partaking in that ceremony. What was not part of the program was when Mr. Nelson suddenly put his tools down there. He walked up to where the stones are now, and he placed the first stone there. And the others said then he just followed suit. That day is the memory of those that worked in the quarries. So here you find mostly the B section group. In the stone quarry, you get the political prisoners working together with common law prisoners. Look. On the 5FM Top 40, let us know what you think on Twitter.
Parce que nous on a étudié à l'école mais en anglais. Après elle a vraiment voulu nous en parler madame Yamego. Plein de choses qu'elle peut nous parler.
Moi je sais parce que comme il y a pas mal de militaires sur place à
En fait je dis à madame Yamego, elle a pris même en Australie.
You know, earlier I told you about the segregation between males and females during the leper period. What you'll see now coming up right, on your right hand side, this was the male leper church, also known as the Church of the Good Shepherd. Now, the church built in 1895, designed by Sir Baker, designed building like Union Buildings, Pretoria. I don't even know about that. The gentleman from England. So, are you into cricket? Are you into cricket? A Lord's Stadium. One of the pavilions at Lord's, also designed by Sir Baker, the same architect who designed this church. So, why this building was not destroyed in 1931? It is because this is the only property on the island which does not belong to the state. It belongs to the Anglican Church. So 1931, the Anglican Church was against it for this building to be destroyed. Okay. And now, in the beginning, political prisoners, they were kept together with common law prisoners. Political prisoners did to a certain extent influence these common law prisoners. Despite that influence, political prisoners, they still went through a lot of abuse by common law prisoners. So when they were given the status of being security prisoners, they wanted to be separated from the common law prisoners. They then built this medium security prison in front of us on left road in 1974. They did the common law prisoners. But now if you think about it, a medium security prison, which meant murderers, thieves, robbers, they were seen Now, I told you earlier that they eventually brought black wars again back to the island in the late 80s, and I think those black wars worked with the prisoners. And not for not for the political prisoners.
Okay. Yes, they could have been flipped.
Exactly. Look, there's a story, what's the quote? I think it's in Johnson Malam. I can't remember now, but one of the books I read, where they said they had one of these black waters that were there, and the person was quite, vicious towards him. And this water eventually left. Years later, he came back, and he came back as a prisoner.
Oh.
Yeah. So he then realized when he had to interact with these men that these are just ordinary men. And he said, look, they were so brainwashed at, I don't know if you can say Wars College, that they believed that, look, Lionel said that, look, when he was released, he was placed on the house arrest for 7 years. In the 7 years, he could only speak to his mother. And he said he was, no, he was not there. So he said it was much better being in prison than being under those conditions, because here he could speak to more people. Because when I'm in the village where the warders and their families lived, during prison years, there were about 400 people living in the village, so their population comes to roughly 150. Now on your right, the Garrison Church, built in 1841, it's one of the oldest buildings and it's still in use. Now if you're able to, if you look on top of the church, you will see there's a flag pole. It was a tradition that whenever a child was born here, they would hoist a flag. There was a boy a blue flag, a girl a pink flag. And then they would ring the bells so that all the villagers know that a child was born. But while the villagers were rejoicing the birth of a child, the prisoners not too far from here, they were wishing they could just hear or see a child. Because their children, in the beginning, could only come and visit them as soon as they were 18 years old.
Oh my God.
Eventually the age, it was reduced to 16. But still you can imagine the father of that child being sent to the island shortly after his child was born. Or maybe the wife still carrying the child in a womb. They don't see his child after 16 years. That might have been for the first time. Any questions?
I think that's the one that I didn't see his children that much.
Yeah, look, Nelson Mandela's first contact visit was an illegal visit. And that was after 15 years of imprisonment. What happened on the day was that Susan Kruger, if you go to JP1, she's laying there. She will see I have an outside deck that Kristen will write a book about their relationship. So the book is titled Mandela, the Prisoner, My Friend. And I think that visit, that was really, they had that effect with this bond between Mandela. Theater. 1, 2, okay. Yeah. Okay, sound is back. So, Lieutenant John Craig was a civil engineer. And Lieutenant John Craig was then ultimately responsible for the development of Table Bay Harbour and Robben Island during World War II. Yeah, it's not a shoe, not a building, it's a shoe. John Craig.
So it means that people were living here, like working, normal life.
Yeah, look, Derek might be your guy in the prison. And Derek told me one about the incident there in the prison. Where Jim walked up to him during the tour in the prison and John said to him, look, I grew up on the island. And he said he's very upset. Because he said, look, his father was a warder, his father would go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, things seemed normal. And I was built in the 1940s, the wings, and added on the 1990s. This served as a primary school from 1960 up to 2011. 2011 we had 18 students with 2 teachers, 1 teacher was also the principal. So try and imagine the staff meetings. The building in front of us with a red roof, also built in the 1890s. It used to be the commissioner's house, today one of our conference venues.
Oh, for the church street.
Yeah, look, in each and every town in South Africa you'll find a church street.
Okay.
Now, in terms of nature, our bird species, 79 different resident bird species. During winter we have about 132 different bird species.
Wow.
We have antelope, springbok, steenbok, and some European fallow deer. If we're lucky, we might spot some of them. And in front of us we have the most beautiful city in the world, Cape Town. You all agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. And you have to
Yeah. Would you like to stop for a few minutes? Photographs? No. Okay, we're going to stop at Alpha 1. Alpha 1 used to be one of the toughest islands here in prison years. Any smokers here? No? Skip that rule?
from time to time.
Not today.
Not today.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
have some. And I
So,
have works.
Okay. So folks, second spread photographs is in between those two buildings. If you're walking on these rocks, please be very careful. We have that blue frame that you're on, that frame can take a lot of time. It's been so many minutes here. So when we do call you, do come back.
Okay.
The two buildings, the big one, that is where we sell refreshments, one to the right, double doors are toilet facilities.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you a try for under 10 minutes.
Yeah.